Mr. Evolution 777.
Hey, Brett King, man, I got a song for you to hear today, you know what I'm saying? Called Master of Puppets on Metallica, bro. Listen to it, man, it's pretty awesome.
Bravo, bravo, Metallica, Master of Puppets. I appreciate the video clip, thank you very much, and anyone out there who wants to share their musical talent with me, I dig it. I especially love it when someone says, hey, Brett King, check this out. But besides all that, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to share. We're going to go ahead and get into this whole Christian persecution thing.
Egypt has recalled their ambassador to the Vatican for consultation in light of the Pope's remarks on the need for the Egyptian government to do more to protect its Christian minority.
Je renouvelle aux autorités de ce pays, aux chefs religieux musulmans, mon appel anxieux à œuvrer afin que leurs concitoyens chrétiens puissent vivre en sécurité et continuer à apporter leur contribution à la société dont ils sont membres à plein titre.
I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I find it absolutely fucking unbelievable and strange, unusual, as well as many other words I can think of, as to why God's right-hand man, the Pope, you know, the guy who puts his little hand out with his expensive ring and everybody fucking kisses it along with his ass. I don't understand why it is that the Pope is asking for other human beings from other country to protect his Christians. It seems to me that if the Pope just had a mustard seed of faith, he would realize that if there were to be an all-loving, all-merciful God, according to the Bible, promising to protect his children, promising that he'll be there, you know, in defense of his people, that he wouldn't ask human beings to do such a thing. He would suspect that God would do it, because that's what the Bible promises, that God will take care of his chosen people. Maybe the Pope has lost his faith. I can understand that. I can identify with that. When you realize that there is no God backing you up, there's no God that's protecting the Vatican or Egypt or any of these other countries. I get it. I get it. I really do. Now let's continue on.
Rome Reports was able to conduct an interview with the Egyptian ambassador to the Vatican before she was called back to Cairo.
We do not share the views that Christians are persecuted in our part of the world. Persecution is a big word. We do not, in order to prove that there is persecution, you have to be very careful. This is a legal term which could not be used casually. In this sense, we do not share the views about that our governments or some governments in the area have not provided protection for the Christians in the Middle East.
So the Egyptian ambassador says that Christians shouldn't be running around basically saying that they're persecuted, because according to her, they're not. Somebody ought to give her a memo, though. Someone ought to let her know that one of Christians' favorite pastimes is running around like chickens with their head cut off, claiming that they're being persecuted. Oh, goodness, we're being persecuted for Jesus. Oh, it's one of their big things. It's like one of their promos and shit, kind of like WWE. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. But now we've got countries who are saying, no, the Christians aren't fucking persecuted, they're full of shit. Oh, boy. I bet we got a bunch of Christians sitting over in a fetal position in a dark corner just crying right now. Oh, we can't use that bullshit promo anymore. We got to take the bumper stickers off our car now.
This comes 2 weeks after the New Year's Eve suicide bombing of a church which left 23 dead. It also resulted in several days of unrest as Christians clashed with police and Muslims in the street as they demanded government protection.
Well, like Pat Robertson and Reverend Phelps and many other Christian leaders out there, you know what they say, right? They say that every time something horrible happens or something bad occurs, then it must mean that God ain't happy with those certain people. So maybe because the Pope's pleas and begging didn't work with Egypt, and because the church got fucking blown up over there, maybe, just maybe, their God is pissed off at them. Perhaps, like I said in my last video, the church is in the crosshairs. Strange. So what is Pat Robertson and Reverend Phelps going to say about that? Oh, it was just, God was busy that day, he was bowling.
Copts in Egypt are perceived as an integral part of the Egyptian, the fabric of the Egyptian society. We do not like to perceive them, and we do not perceive them as a minority. They have all the protection as any other Egyptian citizen in Egypt, and their churches are protected, themselves are protected in the streets like any other Egyptian citizen.
The Christian Copts make up about 10% of the 80 million people in Egypt. According to the ambassador, these attacks are a form of terrorism against all citizens, not just Christians, and their government is actively working to find those responsible.
Well, let's just cross our fingers, huh? Cross our fingers and hope that the Egyptian government is nothing like the American government, where they say they're going to do this and they say they're going to do that, and they put a lot of people on man hours to get shit done, but nothing ever really does. Let's hope that they have a little bit of consistency and persistency in what they do. Not like our American government, if you know what I mean.
The government's reaction was, and still is, that this is an attack, a terrorist attack against Egypt, the whole of Egypt, not only against Christians, but also against Muslims, against the Egyptian society in general, and the Egyptian country in general.
Egypt still maintains diplomatic relations with the Vatican, but considers the Pope's recent comments as an unacceptable interference in its internal affairs.
Those poor Muslims and Christians just ain't getting the kind of respect that they used to. Some people don't just roll over in fear and get all politically correct whenever the Pope starts babbling his bullshit or some pedo prophet from the Muslim religion starts a yapping. They just simply don't give a fuck. Something to learn from Egypt. Peace out.
Feel free to post videos to us, whether they're on topic or not. Share your content by attaching it as a video response. Brett and I will be happy to watch, rate, and share your videos. Please don't forget to rate, sub, and favorite our videos as well. This is a community, so let's help each other. Mr. Evolution 777 can be found on MySpace and Facebook. If you enjoyed Brett's church phone calls, lots can be found at Blip TV. All links can be found in the video descriptions for your convenience. Have a great day.